Hey guys, Josh with LinkSpider. Today we're talking about you Android folks. Earlier in the summer we tried very hard to utilize an iPad. iPad M4 came out. M4 had a processor that was big enough to handle a lot of power. And while we've always been Android folks, we hear that iPads handle video better than anything else. So we thought we'd give it a shot. And it did. Mevo Multicam with several cameras worked great. Absolutely loved it. Cannot force myself to use it for anything else. And I'm not a single tasker guy, so we're kind of going back to Android. We've got an Android Google Pixel tablet, which has a pretty good processor, probably not as good as the iPad M4, but certainly a processor that's good enough to handle a lot of other things. But there's a couple of things that are missing, and as a result, we're having to kind of shift gears. One of the things that we really liked is the capability of the iPad to utilize USB video. And so it's, let's say, a USB to HDMI adapter took this signal from our Panasonic GH7, which is the primary camera that we would usually use. We're currently using a Mevo Core. But because we can no longer use that, we have to do something else. And again, I try to stay away from products that are made solely in China. That's a long political story that we can go into somewhere else. But we like companies that are domestic or, let's say, made in some other country, headed in some other country and produced in another, so that there's some sort of oversight with the software. So we try very hard to stay away from that. But unfortunately, we haven't really found a good product to get around that. So we're using a product right now called ZowieTek. And ZowieTek makes an NDI, an HDMI to NDI adapter. And so that's what we're using right now on our network. We've got this device, which, and I'll try to see if I can get this for you here. This device interfaces HDMI from our GH7. It plugs into our network, which we currently have a power over Ethernet called PoE, which is providing power for this device. And when you plug it in, it grabs an IP address and required 0 configuration. We then went into the Mevo Multicam app and added it as an NDI source, and it immediately found it. Required absolutely no configuration. That's what we want. That's the kind of stuff that you want out in the field, to be able to go out in the field and see your devices, turn them on, record your games, stream your games, and be done. So because we can't use the USB, we have to use this device. So that's what we're testing out right now, this ZowieTek device. And I'd say it's doing a pretty good job. There's maybe just a little bit of lag. That's probably a setting we could change on the Mevo Multicam app itself. We don't have a really good shot here. We're out in the shop. There's not a whole lot to look at. That's Marvin, our robot. He's taking the break tonight, not doing a whole lot. But anyhow, so we're going to be doing some testing again with the ZowieTek product, with the Android Pixel tablet. We're going to try to connect a bunch of devices to see how much it can handle. We're going to do the same thing with the iPad. We're actually going to be selling the iPad because I just can't handle single-use devices. If we can do everything that we need to do with this Pixel Tab device, the iPad's going back. So we'll be releasing some information on that. We generally sell our old equipment on a company called Swappa. As soon as that's up, as soon as we're done with our reviewing and that's available, we'll release that to you guys. Maybe might benefit you, one of you Mac folks that can handle an iPad, just not for us. Anyhow, if there are things that you'd like us to test and you want to see, please let us know. We'll get it done. See you guys.